There are some experiences in our life that are inexplicable. No matter how great you try to interpret it, your ego consciousness cannot comprehend. That is transcendence. And that's what this channel is all about, especially in this episode where I will share my personal experience lately, especially the divine interruption I've experienced that took me a long hibernation or pause that eventually break my patterns, including the pattern of value that I built over the years. And now after it passed, I'm ready to come back with a calibrated, integrated, lighter and upgraded version of me so that I can share that experience with you, because this is something new. I personally never experienced this before in my life, and that's what makes transcendence full of wonder, especially at this moment, at the unknown period, which you keep questioning, like, what's the end of this? What happened next? What is chapter gonna end? It's exciting, right? And I hope you enjoy this episode as much I enjoy sharing this with you. And before that, let me introduce myself to all of you that new to this channel but feel resonate with what I've experienced and what I share on this channel. Welcome, I'm cindyaco. On this channel, we share about consciousness, transcendence, energy, vibration, quantum, parallel reality, multiverse, alignment, holistic wellness, body, mind, soul, and so many inexplicable things, especially everything to facilitate you remember why you are here on earth in this lifetime. And you're very welcome to the Words of Influence community. In there, I share daily mind supplement or mindset that help you tune into your natural state, that resonate with you and support your remembrance journey. Also, to reunite with your kindred spirits, like-minded, like soul as you. Feel free to share all your experience there. Be open and vulnerable. Also, giving more than you get. As you give more, you're radiating your source of light, so that the more you're radiating it, the more you allow universe flows through you. At the same time, you are remembering what you are while you are echoing your light to resonance in time and space. Thank you for sharing your value with all of us, as I also here to share my light that I've downloaded from quantumfield, infinite possibility, multiverse, space, spiritual world, higher dimensions, whatever you call it. It's all point to the same thing, which is home or your core, what you truly are. The way our ego, and by the way, ego is neutral, is simply mental activity to translating information that it already have based on memory or data that it already collect along your life. So that's why ego is based on the past. Ego is like hardware of your computer that constantly loading all the information based on the instruction your soul give to the computer or your ego to process the information. And whenever you experience transcendence, you are actually downloading information which the data or the spec sort of like higher or beyond the capacity of your ego consciousness or your ego hardware can process or comprehend. So that's why it took time to be processed by your ego consciousness, that your soul or higher self just downloaded into your computer to be accessed. That's why whenever you experience transcendence or higher download, somehow your mind cannot capable to translate it yet or directly the exact meaning of it. First of all, because it is personal for each person, so it's highly personal for the downloaders. It's like the personal message from higher self directly to the downloaders. There's a divine reason and purpose why you download that message, that not only came to you, but it came for you and through you. Secondly, because your ego works based on your memory it has, or based on the past. That's why when you got sudden transcendental downloads, your mind cannot comprehend yet, and it will be full of wonder, curiosity, questioning, confusing, because there's no match data with what you have in your memory or based on your past experiences or information that you collect up to that moment, and makes the story alive. Whenever wonder embodied, that goes hand in hand with curiosity, patience, raising your inner alchemy, and somehow it feels like there's some higher message from higher dimension, spiritual world, whatever you call it, that is higher or beyond what we now know. And that's the thing about getting vision or being a visionary. You got downloads, you got the higher message, higher downloads. It feels like somehow you got sort of mission you need to accomplish as an answer or to respond that vision that you've got. Imagine being the secret spy of the universe with a vision that only you can see, and lots of black holes that you need to fill with experience, with chapters and journey of growth towards it. That's what makes life so mind-blowing, heart-touching, eye-opening, and life-changing. Mostly when it's a transcendence experience, it is remarkable in some way because it's unique. It's out of your patterns that you already know. It's even out of your patterns that you've built for supporting your highest good. That's why I called my last experience as divine interruption, because this experience came to me so randomly, so divinely. So let's get into it. So the story started, I was on the way back home to my place after I met my dear friend, and inside of the vehicle, out of nowhere, suddenly tears bowed down on my face, on my cheek. I naturally respond to ask myself, what is it, Cindy? What is it that you actually feel? Because my mind cannot comprehend it. At that moment, I totally very healthy, happy, especially after I met my dear friend. You know that when we meet kindred spirits, we feel energetically recharged, right? But then at that point, at that moment, I felt so strange, sort of like it came from out of me. Somehow I feel what another version of me feel. It can be my multi-dimensional self, my higher self, my future self, my past self, I don't know. And so I ask again, who or what are you? How old are you? And what of this feeling is about? And as I still in tune, in stillness, I didn't get the answer or internal voice, but as I point out to my window side, I felt resonance with some numbers on the street, around 50 until 70, especially 66. And I wonder, because usually what I've experienced in my life is like angel numbers. You know, angel numbers is what I've shared in previous episode. And what's that mean in our alignment journey? This time it's different, because the number like answering my internal question about how old the voice is, and the answer that spoke to me was thank you. Thank you for staying healthy, thank you for taking care of you, and thank you for not taking things for granted. And when I attentive to the feeling from that voice, I felt that voice came with a feeling of grief, mourning, as if it's just lose someone it deeply loved. I don't know, maybe in its lifetime, but somehow I feel deeply interconnected with that voice. And then I ask again, are you the part of me? What are you really? And then the voice answer, this is all that you need to know at this point. Whenever you now know, it's meant for you to know at this point. And later you will know, but in the meantime, just allow every process to simply be. And fast backward to the moment before I'm on the vehicle, exactly after I say goodbye to my dear friend, I sat on the lounge, and then randomly I scroll to my Instagram, and I found and I resonate with a message on my feed. It's kind of like a spiritual meme that says something like, when you're enjoying the music and it actually resonates with you at that moment, you will continue listen to it repeatedly. Allow it to integrate with you. After I saw that post on Instagram, I was like enjoying the moment, and the music that was playing somehow spoke to me, and so I be attentive to the lyrics of it, like what exactly universe is trying to communicate with me through the feed I just saw, and then the music I listened, and the way I can be aware of all of this process, all of this divine communion is like so divine for me. It resonated with some part of me, so I just like went with it. That song was Let It Be from the Beatles, which is an old song. It's so simple, most importantly it resonated with some part of me somehow, so I just follow it, even I don't know the why and the how yet. Fast forward again to my tears and my internal investigation about what's going on with me, and as I listen to the music, the tears keep flowing, as if I need to allow that tears to flow through me. I don't show it to others, but I still allowing that tears to flow and let it bring up the message it's unfolding from and through me. On that journey back home, still in meditative or stillness state of mind, that voice guiding me to look outside, pay attention to something that will be showing or playing before your eyes. I was shocked because what I saw directly reminded me about my experience about connection that not really serving my highest good in past. So I got more wonder, because not only I got like message from older version in me, I also being guided to like the previous version of me. So I was like wondering what it's all about. If I think in terms of time as future and past, the message that I got is between something that hasn't happened yet and something that already happened. Kinda like point to sort of a loop between future and past, between fractals of vision or imagination and the data of my memory. But I still didn't know what that means. Usually I will get the answer at least weeks and life goes on, but then I didn't get the point of that transcendence experience, and I keep continue living my life at my best. But since that day, I felt exhausted or tiredness from that voice lingering or tied to me. Like I keep carrying this feeling of tiredness, exhausted, although I meditate, but still somehow I can resonate with that feeling. I didn't know how. I also asked to my guides on meditation, but the message still the same, like allow it to unfolding in divine timing. You will understand that in time. I sort of like let go, letting go, and then I got a detailed vision about it and how my experiences eventually interconnected, the response from resonance that I got, how grateful I am that it's all connects. And not only that, but in that vision, me and my partner's invention connected with ancestors' unfinished legacy. Sort of like I incarnate here to continue their invention here to existence or in mundane life. And so I realized that their vision is actually a soul remembrance of what I already dwells or exists in my DNA, but it only unfolds when I energetically ready to process it. That's why it takes time, because my ego needs time, because it has not enough capacity to process, and matching the data with its current capacity, it only takes longer time. Eventually, another vision came to me, completing puzzle of vision I've got previously. As usual, I always journal my higher downloads, especially the remarkable ones as these, just for my personal track lines, milestones for my personal journey of growth, so that when I look back, I can like see, oh, this is all connected, and I can sort of like, oh, that's why this has happened, and so many things, not only physically or literally, but also subconsciously, because as we are journaling, what we actually do is scripting. Scripting is actually writing it on our subconscious, inserting the data to keep in our subconscious. We can still remember or call back that memory from our subconscious even without I open my physical journal. And not only that, spirit guides keep sending me signs, synchronicities from movies I watch. There's some series on Disney Channel titled Multiverse, and the second one is Parallels. I cannot not resonate with it. It's what I've experienced beyond this physical dimension. It's the inner voyage, the higher dimensions, the multiverse. Lots of us in another parallel universes. Also, our transcendent or inexplicable experiences are guides from higher self to us. And the most wonderful thing is that although you don't know what's going on in your eternal now, we might feel like we are living somehow. There are a lot of things going on inside of us or outside of us that we can feel even beyond time and space, right? That is quantum entanglement. You are always connected with your parallel selves beyond time and space. And transcendence is the bridge beyond dimensions. We are so limited by the idea of time, which is past, future, present. But as you know that the time is just a concept of idea from our previous incarnation bring to existence to support the mundane life and to help us comprehend things in physical reality. As we awaken spiritually, we start realizing back about the metaphysics, the metaverse, the multiverse, that time is actually infinite, it's beyond clock. Idea 24/7. Time is actually connects our life even beyond what we can comprehend or grasp in this lifetime. This is also connected with years that I've experienced and the voice from the older version or the older me that spoke to me when I was on the way home. Although my mind at that point cannot comprehend the grief or the mourning in my physical reality, but the way the higher self thanking me for choosing a healthy lifetime, for taking care of myself, somehow knowing that my future self, another of my parallel self, for what I did, it's like a sign of alignment for me. Although I also can feel profound mourning emotion it felt, at the same time I'm also grateful for what I am, what I live now. Because although I can see what's already happened yet, or the connection with how it will turn into my memory in the future, or whatever it is beyond time, but what I do know is that the universe works beyond what we know now. Even if I don't know what the universe has in store for me, surely it's something that beyond what we know now. And that's what makes transcendence an inexplicable treasure. Instead of trying to skip the mystery, why don't we enjoy the mystery and dance with it and get lost in it? Because as we merge and tune with it, we become one. And so the grief of the known turn into the grace of the unknown. And that's the beauty of infinity, the beauty of mystery. We are forever and ever grateful for. And not only that, along the journey I also realized that the more I met people and have a deep conversation, the more I realized, what if everyone experiencing transcendence, but they just lack of awareness about it, and because of that, they chose to cope that with unaligned actions like bury or suppress all of their inner or internal experience as suppressed emotion in their subconscious mind, and they will keep project it onto others. But for those that has went through their self-growth, develop their self-awareness, start to in tune with their intuition, so they start to listen to their internal experience and start to become more open-minded, open heart welcome things beyond mundane. They can follow up with aligned actions and then finally turn into integrated embodiment. And I've got lots of questions about what is transcendence. It took me a long time to answer that, because even transcendence that I embody now came from the higher downloads that even beyond my ego consciousness at that moment, up till the moment I realized that transcendence has so many layers. If you want to define it, you can define it by a lot of things, but the point of transcendence is so simple, which remember your nature. So it's not only awareness, but it also answered or responded by aligned actions that lead to integrated embodiment. But most of people only stop on raising their vibration or aware about that, but they feel like sort of disconnect with their outer reality because they not fully continue the process with aligned actions, such as taking aligned choices and take time to do the inner work needed to sit with their emotions, to allow all the emotions to simply be, to simply flow through them. The more they suppress it, the more they will find escape reality through the temporary mundane things or experience that end up not really serving their highest good. So if this resonate with you, the transcendence that you already aware, it came with a purpose. Universe want to help you explore your true nature, explore your truth through ascension and integrated process, so that you can then embody divine co-creator of your reality in this lifetime. I highly recommend to directly ask to the universe, to higher self, to your spirit guides, whatever it is. They're always here and there, everywhere, available to assist your journey here on earth in this lifetime. They're just in different dimensions, so we cannot see it physically, but we can feel their presence around and inside us. And in my Access Akashic Records course, I guide you to not only aware about your internal divine instruments, but also to open your portal to connect and to receive, to be receptive to the answer, to the guides of the beyond. I found this is so helpful. Accessing my Akashic Records still my day-to-day basis, my spiritual practice. I keep cultivating on myself, like the art of listening, tune into stillness, truly aware and integrate our divine instruments. Most of us not even aware about their magical divine instruments they already possess within them. So yeah, the magic is already you, and it's up to you whether you allow yourself to experience and unfold that or not. If you already done the course, I'd love to hear how's your experience about the course and how you integrate that on your day-to-day basis, how it can be helpful for your transcendence journey, your transcendence experience, or even how you get to that transcendence and what makes it so remarkable for you, the message you get from it, or what's something you can give it away for others through that experience. Because I know that lots of us are experiencing that, especially the subscribers or the watcher of this episode. I highly value every story of yours, because every story is the expression of the divine, of divine consciousness. So let's complete the divine puzzle through reunite with each other and sharing the puzzles that we collected or unfolded through our experience. So excited to hear that. I love to share our progress, our growth together. We can always support one another, right? May you keep in conscientious communion with the universe, life, nature, reality, God, whatever you call it. You glow as what you sow. May you keep full of enjoyment, excitement, adventurous, colorful, radiantly shine as the extension and expression of divine. Our understanding, conscience, patient, and not rushing me means a lot for me. You're literally healers and light worker, just as you are. I see divine in you when you just being you, conscious or unconsciously. Thank you for allowing me as who I am in all seasons, for your profound compassion, empathy, and thank you for showing up as divine extension and expression. Thank you for being here till we meet again in another episode with me, cindyaco. As always, remember, you're the one.